Hi, it's Lady Shasha, Fashion Freak. I'm back. I'm going to talk about Hollywood Exes episode 2 now. I'm going to just talk about each character, my reaction to each character and what they did on this episode. Because, like I've been saying, I don't have a good enough memory to fully recap things in order. It's going to be out of order the way I retell the story anyway, so I'd rather just do it by character. I'm going to start with Maite because I was really shocked that she had China that had a little symbol on it for the artist formerly known as Prince. I couldn't sit there, if I was divorced, I couldn't sit there and use China that constantly reminded me of my ex-husband. That would be, I think it would be counterproductive to the process of getting over that relationship. So, I don't know. And then it was kind of sad listening to her talk about the loss of her baby because that was really public. I remember reading about it, and I I want to say most likely tabloids. I don't think it was on the regular news, but in the tabloids, and about how the baby passed away, and the beach scene with Drea. It was really sweet how Drea um, sympathized with her and held her hand and really kind of lived in that moment with her. I felt like Drea cared a lot more than um, when Maite was sitting on the bench after going for a walk with Cherie, and she had a similar conversation. Cherie seemed like she was going through the motions of acting like she gave a damn, but I don't think she really gave a damn. Not like Drea did. Drea really reflected on what Maite had said and responded to her. So that I thought that was really good. And what struck me is when Drea said that, oh, Maite's not gonna have flowers for Mother's Day, and I don't see a reason why she shouldn't. I think people should still give her flowers on Mother's Day. If she had a child, she is a mother. She lost her child, but that doesn't make her not a mother. She is a mother, so she should get flowers on Mother's Day, in my opinion. Um, and I liked when she cut to the chase and Jessica wanted to talk to her about Jose, and Maite was just like, "Jose's a douchebag." I like people that are like that. That they say what's on their mind. You don't have to play any guessing games with them. That's cool. Speaking of Drea, um, she wants to have a dance studio in LA, which it seems like there would be a hell of a lot of competition in that arena because I just picture LA to have a lot of dance studios, and acting studios. But I was laughing at the dance instructor. He's like telling them to do these ballet moves, and he is in straight sneakers. And I'm like, but if it works, it works. I wouldn't have thought someone would be teaching dance in sneakers, but I mean, I never would have thought that there would be like a 400-pound woman trying to teach children how to dance, and she can't do a single move herself. And you know who I'm talking about, that chick from Dance Moms. I can't watch that show because I don't even have children, but if I had children and some hose beast like that was hollering at them the way that lady hollers at them, it would be over for her. But that's another show, another time, but it just went through my mind like that. That's how I thought of it. Um, what else? I like Drea's glasses. She had these cool glasses and that lipstick shade again. And at the Millennium Dance Studio, she had like the earring necklace, which I didn't know we were still doing. I feel like when I see that, I feel like the little girl from Mean Girls when she was like, "Stop trying to make fetch happen." I think it was mean Girls. But anyways, stop trying to make those earrings happen. I see them every now and then, but there's just something about them that if it's not within the confines of like a music video, it doesn't look right. Like, there's certain things that they look good in a theatrical setting, but they don't look good just walking around the street with them on. I guess if you were singing in concert or you were in a music video, I think those would work, but not for just going around town. It just doesn't. It looks a little extra. Um, Cherie, like I said, she's not interesting to me. Um, but I will tell you, I feel like her whole holy thing or sanctified act, it rings very false to me. She reminds me of like that girl you knew in college that you know was a complete hoe bag, just hoeing up everywhere. And then when she graduates, she tries to forget that she was a complete hoe bag and becomes holy and sanctified and just over preaches. It's almost like they're trying to convince themselves that they're that holy and sanctified when they really aren't. And it kind of that showed earlier in the episode when I said that Maite is sitting there pouring her heart out to you, and you're pretty nonchalant about it, which doesn't seem like the Christian thing to be, in my opinion. But anyways, I just feel like she's fake. I don't believe her holy sanctified act for 1 minute. Oh, and the whole with her husband, yeah, God told me that you should be living with. You don't need God to tell you that your wife should live with you. That was some old bull. I shouldn't say God and then start cursing to say sentence out there. That's a good idea. But I still think that's some crap. That's some. They should have worked that out before they got married. How do you get married and then decide, oh, where are we gonna live? Or are we gonna live together? Are we gonna live apart? That's some stuff you need to work out before you even start thinking about saying I do. It just seemed really awfully backwards to me. Um, and when Cherie went to Nicole's jewelry showing, or yeah, I think it's called jewelry showing, and she said, "Can I get a hookup or can I put on a layaway?" There's always got to be one person that's looking for a hookup or looking to get something cheap, and she just had to be the one. But I'm not mad at her. That was funny. Nicole came out the gate doing what you're supposed to do on reality show, which was try to market her own brand, market her own jewelry, so that when a reality show finishes, she still has some, way of making money. Which that's what smart people do. Even people that some people don't think are that smart, like Snooki. People look at Snooki and go, "Oh, she's not that smart," but she is that smart because what's the first thing she did? She went made her little Snooki slippers and sold those, and then she I think she wrote a book, and I think JWoww might have written a book too. But they knew, okay, this is only 15 minutes of fame I'm going to get. How can I extend this 15 minutes of fame? So I think that's smart. And Nicole's right off the rip at the very beginning of the reality show saying, this is what I'm trying to sell. So that was pretty good. So I think that will pay off for her. Oh, and her friend, she called her friend, when they went to go and get the beads from the African guy in the alley, and she said she brought her friend, big sexy. That's not your friend. That's just say he's your bodyguard. That's what he is. He's your bodyguard. He is on your payroll. That's not your buddy, your pal, because you didn't even talk to him the whole time. You and your other friend Yolanda were in the car. You and Yolanda were talking back and forth. Nobody even knew Big Sexy was even in the car till you announced that you were getting out the car to go get the beads. So that's not your friend. That's your bodyguard. But it's whatever. I would say that I need you to give us a little bit more personality because I don't know whether, Nicole, you're really reserved and you don't want to say too much, or whether you really don't have much of personality, because it seems that sometimes people who are very beautiful or very striking, they can kind of rest on their laurels and just lay back on their looks and not have to develop any character or personality. But on a reality show, you need to have character and personality. You need to have, opinions and thoughts, emotions, that type of thing. And right now, you're giving me kind of empty. You're giving me Beyonce in an interview. when she does that automatic answering system. That's what you're giving me, but I just need a little bit. Maybe your personality come out more as you get more comfortable in front of the camera. Jessica, Nicole and Jessica at the tequila bar talking about who had the worst proposal. Both those proposals were pretty bad, so I will call it a draw. But when Jessica climbed around the table to try to demonstrate what Jose used to do to her, that was so inappropriate for a restaurant. And it's already been established in episode 1 that he tore up your coochie because that's why you had to go and get it reconstructed. So we don't need you to come back and tell us, oh yeah, we did it. No, I don't need all that. But Jessica, if Cherie reminds you of the whole bad girl that becomes holy and sanctified when she graduates from college, Jessica reminds me of the liquor lesbians. Those are the ones that they're not true lesbians, as in women who are gay. They are women who they get drunk and then all of a sudden they start doing stuff like trying to grab their friends' boobs or trying to make out with other girls. And I don't know whether maybe deep down inside they truly are gay and they're just repressing it, and the liquor just brings out what they more of their true self, or whether they just get really loose when they're drunk and they'll just mess around with anybody. But she just reminds me of that chick that you go out to the club with and she gets drunk and the next thing you know she's trying to hump you on the dance floor and you're like, what the hell? I don't know, that's what Jessica reminds me of. And her therapist, didn't her therapist look like Deborah Harry from Blondie? I just kept on looking at the therapist like, she reminds me so much. She looks so familiar. And she looked, the hair and also the makeup, she looked like Deborah Harry from Blondie. What else? I don't think she misses Jose. I think she just misses the status of being with Jose, of being the baller's wife. And I think that's going to go away as more people get to know her on the reality show and she becomes more famous off of the reality show than with him. Because I think that a similar thing happened with the woman that was married to Kelsey Grammer, and then she was on the Real Housewives of, I think, Beverly Hills. I think she went through the same thing where she was kind of missing the status of being with Kelsey Grammer. But once people started to recognize her as a pseudo celebrity on the reality show, she let that go and she could live in her own celebrity and enjoy it. And I think the same thing's going to happen with Jessica. She's going to forget all about Jose when people start knowing, oh, that's Jessica Canseco. She's no longer going to be Jose's ex. She's going to be that crazy chick, Jessica Canseco. And I think I already talked about her daughter in September when school starts, because everything you do, Jessica, is going to be revisited to your daughter by the first smart ass that sits next to her or behind her or in front of her in class. Everything you do, that poor little girl is going to have to hear about. So I feel bad for that. And one other character I got to talk about, I'm going to say Big Ange. I know she's not on the show, but she might as well have been, because they kept playing her commercial during every break. And I just feel like she's part of the show now, because I kept seeing the damn commercial, and her voice reminds me of like the lady from Throw Mama from the Train, or the same woman, she played the mother of the bandits that were in Goonies, and or the guy from Independence Day, the one that said he had to go save his mom with the beard. She has the same voice as that, but her show just kind of looks like Jersey Shore to Golden Years. And then what killed me is when there was a part of the commercial where the doctor is asking her age, and she said 35. If Big Ange is 35, then I'm claiming 21 right now. I mean, if Kim from ATL can say she's 32 and Big Ange can say she's 35, I'm 21, and that's what I'm going with. Since it doesn't matter anymore. We're all just going to lie about our ages, regardless of how we look. So, whatever. I'll be 21. But that's all I have to say about the show. I can't wait until I see Jessica get into it with Sheree. And Maite, I think, is going to end up going off on somebody, too. I'm not sure if it's Drea. It might have been Drea, but I'm not 100% sure because it showed real fast. But I like Maite and Drea are my favorites off the rip right now. So I hope they don't get into it with each other. But even if they do, it'll still be interesting TV. So that's it. That's all I have to say about this episode. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe. Let me know how you feel about the whole thing. And you can follow me on Twitter at Fashion Freak. And I'll put the little caption somewhere here, or there, so you can see what it looks like. But other than that, that's all I got to say. Bye-bye.